This episode of Internet Today is brought to you by Manscaped.
The world of pizza has been completely flipped upside down today for some reason, and there are a few shocking revelations that we have to deal with here. Why today, all of a sudden, there are multiple pizza-related stories? We're not quite sure. We don't make the news, we just report on it and try to provide you with as many of these silly details as possible. So let's start off with the big drama that's currently unfolding surrounding Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep, Chuck E. Cheese, the place that, at least when we were younger, featured video games, an animatronic band, various iterations of indoor playgrounds, and of course, an anthropomorphic rat named Charles Entertainment Cheese. That's what the E stands for.
Yes.
Now, these days, we're not sure what goes on inside of Chuck E. Cheese locations, and frankly, we don't want to know. And there's a whole lot more we could go into regarding the long, strange history of this pizza restaurant, like the fact that the creator of Atari, Nolan Bushnell, founded it, that there was a competing restaurant chain called Showbiz Pizza that had a much better animatronic band, but eventually went bankrupt and was taken over by Chuck E. Cheese, or that Shane Dawson milked millions of views out of a stupid conspiracy theory regarding their pizza slices just last year. Turns out they're just really bad about how they cut pizza. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, but it's 2020 now. The world is different, and businesses everywhere are doing their best to stay afloat no matter what they have to change. And things are no different for Chuck E. Cheese. Now, even with our limited knowledge regarding the inside of a Chuck E. Cheese in recent years, we feel pretty safe assuming that it's a place where families can take their kids and just let them run wild for a while, or just a place to hold a birthday party so your own house or apartment doesn't get trashed by a bunch of screaming children.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, with the rise of coronavirus and the extended shutdown of dine-in restaurants, Charles Entertainment Cheese has had to find other ways to get his pizza into the hands of hungry consumers. And when we think of pizza delivery, I think it's safe to say that Chuck E. Cheese, it's not really a name that comes to mind specifically for pizza delivery.
No.
Not sure why, just never thought of ordering pizza delivery or pickup from Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, Chuck E. Cheese it's an all-inclusive experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, from what I hear, the pizza has a lot of fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not really a place you...
Hey, you want delivery pizza? How about some Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese is not really a delivery or takeout place. It's a let's kill 4 or 5 hours so our kids can play skee ball.
Yeah.
And I can have some peace of mind.
Well, you were saying that you found it on like Postmates, and people are fans of the Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Yeah, I was like years ago, I was on Postmates, and I was like, what? Chuck E. Cheese? Who the hell's ordering pizza from Chuck E. Cheese delivery?
Yeah.
I posted on Twitter like, look at this dumb bullshit. And then like everyone's like, oh, actually the Chuck E. Cheese pizza is really good.
Yeah.
You should order it.
There might be some like nostalgic feelings to that.
I don't know. I never ordered it.
I don't know. It would be like ordering from like a Benihana style restaurant right now.
Yeah.
And it just shows up with like steak and shrimp and you're like, well, did the chef at least record a video of him doing a flip? Flipping it up, making the volcano? Because that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But you go there for the volcano that lights on fire.
The ambiance, the spectacle.
Yeah.
So apparently a lot of other people have also ignored that at its base level. Chuck E. Cheese is a pizza restaurant, and they were probably serving up hot pizzas this entire time.
Yeah, we just didn't know.
Yeah. So drastic times, they called for drastic measures. Chuck E. Cheese, they had to adapt. And part of that involved just tricking people into eating their pizza under the guise that they were ordering from some other pizza place entirely. Maybe a local joint, an Italian joint, something family owned, with one of those Italian-sounding names.
Yeah.
So that's what they did, and Pasqually's Pizza and Wings was born.
Pasqually's Pizza!
Hey, we're making pizza and wings down here at Pasqually's!
Get your ass down here, get some Pasqually's Pizza for the whole damn family.
Yeah, you're gonna like the way you taste. Using GrubHub, and at least in some cases literally operating out of Chuck E. Cheese locations, the restaurant chain appears to be running a ghost kitchen out of its already established kitchens and sending out Chuck E. Cheese pizza under a different moniker.
Yeah. Now, if you aren't familiar with what ghost or virtual kitchens are, they've been a thing for a while now, mostly in major cities, although I'm sure nowadays it's extending out.
It was a real eureka day when I figured out that like half the restaurants on Postmates and Uber Eats that I'd never heard of were not real restaurants.
No.
And they all had the same address in like the warehouse district downtown.
Yes. Suspicious.
Yeah.
They're actually quite frequent now with the mainstream adoption of online ordering apps like Postmates, Uber Eats, GrubHub, and so on. Basically, it's just a restaurant without a dining area or a pickup area. And these ghost kitchens can service more than just one restaurant name. They're making all kinds of foods out of one
Most of them,
location.
it's like 10 or 20 restaurants.
Yeah, there's some in LA where just for pizza alone, I know there's one that has 4 different pizza places.
Yeah, the one that's
like Chicago,
Steve Aoki's pizza place.
Steve Aoki's, and also has like a deep dish pizza place out of it and stuff.
It's all the same pizza place.
But yeah, at its core, ghost kitchens or virtual kitchens, they're just a place where you can add a name to a delivery service, then cook, send out the food, all while not operating as an actual storefront location. Saves a lot of money, saves a lot of time. But what Chuck E. Cheese is doing is just using their already pre-existing locations to market pizza delivery under a different name, so the person ordering thinks that they might be getting something local.
Pasqually's!
Or of a quality that we're not saying you, they deem higher than a typical Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Or they just want to feel good about supporting a non-chain pizza place during this economic downfall.
Yeah.
What? Don't call Domino's. There's this other place called Pasqually's. It looks like a traditional Italian joint.
Me, I'm just sick and tired of all these Anglos, taking away the market share from real red, white, and green-blooded Italians like Pasqually here. Yeah. Pasqually, they tried to get him to change his name when he showed up on Ellis Island. He's like, no!
Absolutely
I'm Pasqually!
When I think Pasqually's Pizza, I think there's a red tablecloth, a pasta straw to drink your Pepsi with, a shaker full of chilies, some Parmesan.
Some illegal mafia business happening in the back room.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rumblings going on in the back. Everyone looks
Don't
the
worry
other way.
about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
The oven, it's been turned on continuously for over 80 years. That's why the pizza tastes so good. They've never turned it off.
We brought the bricks from Italy.
Yeah. Anyway, we live in California. We don't know anything about pizza, honestly. I had some Costco pizza today, though.
Costco pizza is the best pizza.
Best slice in California.
Whenever I go to California,
I'm serious,
I get an authentic slice from Costco. Costco is...
It's shockingly good pizza.
If you don't care about your health, Costco pizza is the best pizza on the planet.
It's great, and it's dirt cheap.
You know what's good? Pizza. You know what'd be better? If we put twice the amount of toppings and sauce on one pizza.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all this Pasqually business, it started picking up steam a few weeks back when someone posted a screenshot of a text exchange with their GrubHub driver after getting a bit suspicious about the origin of this pizza, saying, quote, "Just curious, was this food from Chuck E. Cheese?" The driver replied, "There was the Chuck E. Cheese store, but the windows had the wing restaurant on them. I was curious too. It smelled good. Haha, it is good, but it's totally the Chuck E. Cheese pizza. My husband said that the chef character at Chuck E. Cheese is named Pasqually. So I think they just made up this secondary restaurant for takeout now that they can't be open." And she's right. And they've been exposed.
Exposed. I also love that Pasqually was a pre-existing character in the extended Chuck E. Cheese universe.
It's a little Easter egg for all the real cheeseheads out there.
Anyone who's a fan of Chuck E. Cheese would instantly know that Pasqually's was just a front.
Yeah, if you've been into Chuck E. Cheese lore for this whole time, you would know.
Exactly.
Real heads know.
Obviously, this isn't that terrible of a ploy, and they're at least admitting to everyone that they're doing it, but apparently the company is claiming that Pasqually's is somehow different. A spokesperson claimed that, quote, "It's meant to be a premium pizza with a different makeup than their usual kid-friendly pies," adding that Pasqually's pizza and wings recipes use fresh, homemade pizza dough, just like Chuck E. Cheese, but it is a different pizza that features a thicker crust and extra sauce, giving consumers a more flavorful, more premium pizza experience. While Pasqually's pizza and wings recipes are currently only available for delivery, select items might be added to the Chuck E. Cheese menu in the future.
This makes sense. The pizza at Chuck E. Cheese, it's designed for a child's palate. And children, their taste buds are weird and weak. And
No, they're actually very, very high.
But like, kids' pizza, cheese, bread, sauce, beep, bop, boop.
Chicken tenders.
But, in the hands of a talented, full-blooded Italian chef like Pasqually, you can take the same ingredients and, make something for a more refined palate.
Exactly.
In the same kitchen.
Exactly.
I'm glad Pasqually's doing that.
Truly, there's nothing wrong with this. Surely enough, there's a Pasqually's Pizza on GrubHub. 5 minutes up the road.
Hey, the recipe's been in the family for over 10 generations.
And listen, I was curious. I was wishing I had enough time to even go there and see if they had just put logos on the front to fool delivery drivers. I didn't make it over there. They blew up the bridge, to be honest. I don't even think you can go over it anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
That's a real thing. Anyways, we were going to order it and give it a taste, but that would be completely pointless because neither of us have a frame of reference for the pizza that you'd get at any old Chuck E. Cheese restaurant.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, there is one person out there who is an expert at all things pizza related. That person is our friend, Kale Anonymous. And according to his Twitter account, he's going to be doing a taste test comparison between Pasqually's and Chuck E. Cheese on his YouTube channel very soon, this week in fact. So we will leave a link to Kale's channel in the description below. Make sure you go subscribe so you can get the real inside scoop on this pizza joint. Yeah, I'll also leave links to his tweets where he says he's going to do it so you can put the pressure on. You're like, the world is waiting, Kale.
Yeah.
Get this pizza test done.
I mean, I'm definitely excited to see Kale's take on it.
He's an expert.
Another person I really want to see weigh in on the Pasqually's drama is Review Bra from the channel Review of the Week.
He's incredible.
He
I
spent
love his
like
work.
10 years reviewing every weird like junk food, fast food item. He definitely has a palate for it.
Yes.
He knows his shit. I would like to see him, do a taste test of this Pasqually's thing and give his verdict.
On a scale of Popeye's breaded shrimp to Five Guys Burgers and Fries, I don't know where Pasqually's lies. The Popeyes one is the one where he said that his the famous quote where he's like, "My day is ruined."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait for his review or Kale's. They're both going to be fantastic.
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yes.
Anyway, we did say we had more than one pizza story for you today, which we do. And this one also has something to do with GrubHub. Though this one isn't as nefarious as coming up with a fake name to sell your pizza to unwitting customers who think they're supporting a local Italian-American business. This story is a win for the actual local business.
Yeah.
We also have a sort of update to a story from our most recent episode of Weekly Weird News as well. But before that, let's real quick thank today's sponsor, Manscaped.
Ouch! Oh, damn! No! Oh, those are the screams I used to make when I would just go to town down there without a care in the world.
Yeah.
I never knew what I was doing. I tried. I failed. Now it's a mangled mess.
Balls looking like Harvey Dent.
So thank you, Manscaped, for turning my loud shrieks into multiple peaks. We've all made a few mistakes, right? Hopefully, while attempting to keep our nether regions looking immaculate. Well, worry no more, because Manscaped and their Lawnmower 3.0 are here to change everything. The Lawnmower 3.0 is their third-generation trimmer featuring advanced skin-safe technology so you can keep your bad boys nice and smooth. And their team spent 18 months perfecting this trimmer, and it is as premium gets.
The Lawnmower 3.0 battery lasts an astonishing 90 minutes, so take your time down there. You've got the time.
Yes.
It also has an LED light, which illuminates grooming areas for a closer, more precise trimming experience. You can also show it off loud and proud thanks to its USB power charging stand. Just keep that. You put it on your desk.
Put it in the trophy case.
Yeah.
And you know what? The battery lasts so long. Put on a movie while you do it.
Conversation starter. Now you too can experience Manscaping Blitz by using our code TODAYDAILY, all one word, at manscaped.com to receive 20% off your order and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code TODAYDAILY at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com, code TODAYDAILY. Your partner will thank you, your balls will thank you, and we thank you.
Yes.
Now, back to the pizza news.
Yeah, when dealing with apps like GrubHub, local restaurants are almost 100% of the time at a disadvantage. The apps, they take a decent amount of your income for the convenience and marketing that comes along with being a part of their app. And if the driver messes something up, that customer, they can be mad at the restaurant for some reason that even though they don't even employ those drivers.
Yeah.
They can give them a bad review for no reason, no fault of their own.
Yep.
And there have been no shortage of stories recently that highlight just how much these apps take away from local businesses. So it is nice to see a business take advantage of them for once.
Good.
Also, hot tip, if you want to order from a local place that you found on GrubHub or whatever other app, just call them directly and order straight from them instead, which is also hard because apparently GrubHub is taking over SEO priority on Google and stuff. So these places are promoting a GrubHub number instead of...
You have to go to the actual restaurant website, which hopefully they have, because the one that shows up on their Google listing,
it can be overtaken.
It's a fake number that goes to GrubHub, goes to like an automated system. But there's no indication in the entire process.
Hello, this is Pasqually's Pizza.
Yeah, they do not tell you. They're actively hiding the fact that you are not actually talking to the restaurant.
Yeah, so you kind of have to have your head on a swivel to support small businesses these days. But yeah.
But you'll figure it out. We trust you. You're good enough. You're smart enough. Now back to that story, though. In a post to his own newsletter, later picked up by The Verge, a writer named Ranjan Roy retold the story of how a friend of his was able to turn the tables on GrubHub by just ordering from his own restaurant. Here's the short version of what he said, and we'll, of course, leave a link below if you'd like to read the entire post.
Yeah.
In March 2019, a good friend who owns a few pizza restaurants messaged me. For over a decade, he resisted adding delivery as an option for his restaurants, but he had suddenly started getting customers calling in with complaints about their deliveries. Customers called in saying their pizza was delivered cold, or the wrong pizza was delivered and they wanted a new pizza. Again, none of his restaurants delivered. He realized that a delivery option had mysteriously appeared on their company's Google listing. The delivery option was created by DoorDash.
Yeah, he continued, DoorDash was causing him real problems. The most common was DoorDash delivery drivers didn't have the proper bags for pizza, so it would inevitably arrive cold. It led to his employees wasting time responding to complaints and even some bad Yelp reviews. But he brought up another problem. The prices were off. He was frustrated that customers were seeing incorrectly low prices. A pizza that he charged $24 for was listed as $16 by DoorDash. My first thought, I wondered if DoorDash is artificially lowering prices for customer acquisition purposes. My second thought, I knew DoorDash scraped restaurant websites. After we discussed it more, it was clear that the way his menu was set up on his website, DoorDash had mistakenly taken the price for a plain cheese pizza and applied it to a specialty pizza with a bunch of toppings. My third thought, cue the Wall Street trader in me, arbitrage.
So for the unaware, arbitrage is a financial term used regarding the buying and selling of items in order to take advantage of differing prices. In the context of this pizza place, it means buy low, get free money from DoorDash. Quote, if someone could pay DoorDash $16 a pizza and DoorDash would pay his restaurant $24 a pizza, then he should clearly just order pizzas himself via DoorDash all day long. You'd net a clean $8 profit per pizza. So yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Quote, he called in and placed an order for 10 pizzas to a friend's house and charged $160 to his personal credit card. A DoorDash call center then called into his restaurant and put in the order for those 10 pizzas. A DoorDash driver showed up with a credit card and paid $240 for the pizzas. It worked.
Boom. And they apparently did this a few times before finally putting a stop to it, mostly because the final return on investment apparently wasn't good enough to warrant the constant trouble. But apparently DoorDash never caught on to this and was just burning through this money the way that they literally, any other industry disruptor burns through money. Just, I don't know, acquire customers at any cost, pay whatever without even looking at it, and let's just become the biggest thing ever.
Once we IPO, it'll all work out.
Yeah. His article ends quite nicely as he states, was this a bit shady? Maybe, but fuck DoorDash.
Agree.
And again, the full article goes into way more detail regarding DoorDash's business practices, which are bad, and it's well worth the read. So again, we'll leave a link in the description below. So.
All right, moving on now. If you watched our most recent episode of Weekly Weird News, you're probably already aware that certain businesses are trying their best to make people feel comfortable, or at least normal, while dining inside with reduced customer numbers and enhanced social distancing. So in a few specific cases, blow-up dolls were being used to make the dining area feel more full and welcoming.
Yeah. Hey, look at all these real people.
Yeah. Totally normal in here. It was odd, sure, but at least they were thinking outside the box. And for the most part, it seemed like customers didn't mind too much, and some even appreciated it. Some got horny about it.
Yeah, some got weird.
Some wanted to kiss those dolls in the mouth.
Yeah, well, the same can't be said for similar tactics being deployed in other parts of the world, and now people are being forced to apologize. As countries slowly attempt to bring things back to normal, one of the things people have been looking forward to greatly was the return of sports.
Hey!
And over in South Korea, they've been on the forefront of bringing sports back to the people. As far as we know, baseball came back first, leading to a bunch of deprived people here in the United States of America staying up all hours of the night just to watch something live and competitive.
Go Dinos.
Go Dinos. But in addition to baseball, it also appears as though South Korea has also brought back live soccer as well. And while their baseball teams appear to have the crowd filled out with life-size photos and printouts of fans who'd normally be sitting there cheering on that team, at least one of the soccer teams decided to take things a step further in order to make it look like there were people in the stands. But instead of just using photos or cutouts or even mannequins, they went as realistic as possible. Fully posable, high-quality sex dolls. These aren't just blow-up dolls from Party City that are good for a laugh at the bachelor party.
Yeah.
These were high quality. They're nice.
Side tangent here. Back when I did background acting in Hollywood as a young man, there's a lot of crowd work you do. And anytime you see a large crowd in a movie, I mean, nowadays a lot of it's CGI, but it's still for medium distance crowds.
Yeah.
It's like every 5 seats is a real person and the rest are all just fucking dolls.
Ooh.
Because if it was all dolls, you'd notice. But if there's enough real people scattered around there who are moving, you kind of. But if you pause and look in most crowd scenes, it's just dolls. Yeah. Literally blow up dolls. So,
well, cool.
There's a little movie magic for you. But anyway, back to soccer. That team with the sex dolls, they swear that it was all a mistake. It must have been an expensive mistake, but whoops. Because this is not just like a pocket pussy or a fake ass. They were full-size actual sex dolls that they dressed up in masks and team merchandise. Quote, the K-League club FC Seoul said the dolls, which had been dotted around stands currently off limits to supporters due to the coronavirus outbreak, had been ordered inadvertently after a misunderstanding with the supplier. Some pointed out that several were holding posters carrying the name of the popular live streamer BJ Chero, reportedly the physical inspiration for the doll's design, according to the Koreaboo website.
Yeah.
The club said that it had been the victim of a mix-up, insisting it had checked with the supplier and received assurances that the dolls were not intended for sexual use.
But the dolls clearly have vaginas and deep mouth sockets that you can put different ribbings into, and an anus. Yeah, but they're not. Listen. Hey, we're not looking, but they're not for sex.
They're not intended for sex, but some things have unintended consequences.
What you do with these dolls in the privacy of your soccer stadium is up to you. In a statement directly from the team, a spokesperson said, "We would like to apologize to the fans. We are deeply sorry. Our intention was to do something lighthearted in these difficult times. We will think hard about what we need to do to ensure that something like this never happens again." Quote, several social media users weren't convinced by the explanation. There must have been a countless number of people involved in getting that approved, shipped, dressed, and seated. In that process, no one thought to question the visuals of these mannequins? I don't know. Well, hopefully these dolls will be donated to the proper organizations and won't just be thrown away because technically they are still unused.
Yeah, and they're expensive. This is an expensive mistake.
That's the first thing that would have triggered it. Like, unless the person is like so completely green in the world of online sex dolls, they're like, what? I mean, $4,000? Isn't that what every mannequin costs?
How much could a mannequin cost?
Will we get a bulk discount if we order more of these? Why does this guy keep calling them mannequins? Shut up, they're making a big order. Who cares? Is he asking if they're for sex? Say no.
No, of course not, sir. Anyways, real quick before we go, here's another lighthearted coronavirus clip for you, courtesy of Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, who was giving a press conference about certain things reopening, including tennis courts, and how you can still be as safe as possible while participating in these types of activities.
Don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. I'm gonna blush, sorry. Of course, if you're playing with someone in your household, you can touch those tennis balls. To avoid confusion between whose balls are whose, you can use a marker, like a Sharpie, to mark out, to put an X or put someone's initials on them.
Well, nice. Anyways, check out our other videos.
Shave the balls.
She said the balls. Yeah, shave the balls with Manscaped.
Yeah.
Also, check out our other videos over here. We have a new episode of Weekly Weird News and a recent episode of News Dump. Check both of those out. We'll be back soon with Tech News Day. And hopefully, Phil is off the phone with those tech companies and he can come join us on the show instead.
I hope so.
Yeah. Bye.